Unique expedition. Legendary sailing ships. 25 countries, 40 ports. 600 cadets and cabin boys. Over 100,000 miles of naval studies, general quarters, storms, and tough men's work. Two centuries ago, the Russian seafarers Thaddeus Bellinghausen and Mikhail Lazarev added a new continent of Antarctica on the world maps and globes, thereby completing the era of the great geographical discoveries. Owing to the expedition of the Vostok and Mirny sloops, alongside with the icy continent, 29 new islands and 1 coral reef were discovered. In 1945, with the same unbending spirit and courage, Russian soldiers liberated the world from fascism, reaching Berlin and hoisting the banner of victory over the Reichstag. The USSR lost 26 million people during the Second World War. In honor of the great geographical discovery, as well as in memory of the victims of the terrible war, for the sake of peace and friendship on the planet, the Ros-Ribo-Lastvo sailing fleet will go on a unique ocean expedition. The barque Sedov and Palada will go on circumnavigation, and the barque Kruzenshtern will take up a long-distance voyage including transatlantic passage. The barque Sedov was built in 1921 in Germany. In 2021, she will celebrate her centenary. Her name upon launching was Magdalena Winnen II. In 1936, she was renamed to Commodore Johnson. In accordance with a decision of the Potsdam Conference on German reparations to the victorious countries, the ship was transferred to the Soviet Union. Since January 12, 1946, the ship has borne the name of Georgy Sedov, the Russian naval mariner and polar explorer. In 1966, Sedov became a training ship. From that moment on, thousands of cadets of naval schools have had their naval practice on Sedov. The sailboat has twice won the prestigious Cutty Sark Tall Ships races. The sailboat Palada was built in 1989 at the Gdansk shipyard in Poland. In 30 years of operation, she has passed about 900,000 nautical miles. In total, the ship has visited 100 ports and 36 countries. During the round-the-world voyage of 2007-2008, Palada set a world speed record among the ships of similar class with 18.8 knots. The four-masted barque Kruzenshtern was built in 1926 at the Tecklenburg shipyard in Germany. Her first name was Padua. After the war, in 1946, she was surrendered to the USSR as war reparation and renamed after Ivan Kruzenshtern, Russian admiral and hydrographer. The training ship Kruzenshtern constantly takes part in the major international events, marine festivals, and sailing ships regattas. She has won the Cutty Sark Tall Ships races 3 times. We will be glad to see the guests in the ports of call of our ships. An unforgettable experience of the most beautiful sailboats in the world, acquaintance with crews, and a rich cultural and educational program are waiting for you. Welcome aboard.